Oh my god.
And I immediately laugh.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
So we kicking off?
Kicking off.
Oh yeah, we are live. As you guys start to come into the city of ship this size, but there is a monthly rate that's available.
I don't know how often we'll be here, so I don't know if we need the monthly rate.
We are going to break the economy of Carlecton.
Do we want to start off with where we left off in RP chat?
Sure.
Sure.
Probably
That would
a
be
good
nice.
idea.
That would be
That
nice.
leaves that leaves our adventurers. Most of the party, at least in the room where Rock is, where we have decided Solitude is going to try to suss some more information out of emphasis on suss information out of Rock's demon tattoo.
Yep, so we were on the lower level of the hold where. Whoa!
Oh yeah, I should probably join the game.
Oh, that might help actually if I also did that.
I had my D&D Beyond up, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's all I need.
Theater of the mind.
You should all be in your respective places based on where you finished up in roleplay chat. I think everybody was in Rock's room except Orochi, Gragas, and Bluey.
I keep
No, we were down in the
saying
menagerie.
waiting on GM.
Sorry. You guys are currently in Rock's room, so you have to move down to the menagerie. That's my bad. I misread that.
Yeah, because Belsay had gathered everybody to meet High Pay, their new companion, and
Which one of these floors is it?
I'm still
It is.
showing waiting on GM.
It is the bottom deck, and you guys are on the second deck right now. I'm gonna see if I can shift-click move you all.
yeah, I'm also showing waiting on GM, but it's the palace map.
Ah, I see. Maybe I need to summon you to the board.
Oh, waiting for adventure to begin.
There we go.
I thought I did that. Sorry,
Something's
guys.
happening.
No, you're okay.
I like the
Whoa.
music here, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I forgot to turn my music back on.
Oh no, you gotta do that.
Nice.
Ooh, that is cool.
The name of this song is A Wizard's Tale.
Oh.
Highly approve.
There's some pretty awesome acoustic guitar songs in this little menagerie of music that they give you.
That's awesome.
I'm all for it. They'll say would,
There we go.
if everyone is willing, like to cast Zone of Truth. but mostly with the intent of sussing out Raktarin's whole shtick with his tattoo.
If there are any additional protections that may exist, I would certainly appreciate them before the interrogation begins. How does this truth zone work, Monsieur Berset?
Weird question.
Yes.
Does the tattoo make a save?
I don't know. I wasn't sure how that worked.
Me either. That's why I'm asking.
If the tattoo made a save, it'd be you making the save for sure.
Okay.
So if there's a reason to make the tattoo make a save, it's your stats.
Okay. Got
But
it.
I don't really think there would be one. Trying to think.
Well, if he's casting Zone of Truth, that would
yeah.
force the tattoo to make a save.
I
guess.
I mean, I don't know about that. Let me think.
Noted.
Thinking time. Give the DM a moment just to give some
Oh
thinking
my
time.
goodness.
Monsieur
Yeah.
Berset, is your question
Yes.
before you cast this spell?
Yes.
If you cast this spell, I
Right.
will not be able to speak a lie as well, and I may need to skirt the edges of truth or tell an outright lie in order to goad this demon tattoo into revealing its plans.
I'm gonna send you a direct message. Malcolm.
You got it.
Well, I hesitated to reveal this aspect of the spell, but Solitude, you're quite intelligent and wise with your tongue. If you can figure out a way to circumvent a lie or make the truth clever, then perhaps you can do the next best thing to lying.
It sounds like a challenge. Challenge accepted. Well, why not?
It's not exactly my forte, so I cannot say that I know how well that will work, but you are much better with your tongue than I, so by all means, give it your best.
And once you fail to save, you're truth-telling for the duration, right? Or not speaking. It's not like repeated saves.
No, it's not repeated save. Once you fail, that it's 10 minutes.
Your truth.
But
Your truth. Okay.
an
got
affected
it.
creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. Such as a creature can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth. And it would need to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
It's a 15-foot radius sphere. I can center it in a way where you can speak to it, and only it would be within the sphere of influence.
Maybe we do that.
I'll do that.
That might not be a bad idea. Okay, all right. That's a good idea, Monsieur Berset. Where is Monsieur Rock?
He's right over there, and he points to Rock, who, as far as I'm aware,
over there.
never left. Yeah, it's just standing right over there. It's like 5 feet away. I can't find my mini to move it, but
It should be down in Rock's room. I'm trying to all down to the menagerie area right now.
okay. Sorry, I was already down below.
No worries.
Oh, I got it.
There we go.
I do like this music. It is really cool.
I love that.
It's very relaxing.
Yeah, I needed some chill music.
There is no chill here.
Yep.
What are you talking about?
There's no well. There's the chill in the background, the music.
You know, it's very RuneScape-y.
Mhm.
Now that I think about it.
I'm gonna wake Rock up from his knockdown here.
Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, now I'm getting
Okay, so where I have lost track of where we are supposed to be.
I think you guys are in the menagerie, but if I got that wrong,
No,
Yeah,
that's where we were.
We are,
We're
but where is
all-
the menagerie?
Oh, gotcha.
Is
way
it-
down,
Gotcha.
way
Gotcha.
down.
You're looking for it on the map. Yeah. Use your green slider bar. Make maybe like
Yeah, I just put a little dome where it is.
it is down the bottom level of the ship, the very last level of the ship.
I feel like this ship grows every time I see it. It's amazing.
You're not wrong.
Okay, I found it. I am here. It's like basement levels on basement levels.
Shipception.
We got lots of stuff. We got lots of stuff to take with us.
Okay. I am ready, I guess.
Belsay quickly snaps his fingers and within a sphere, he puts rock basically kind of at the edge of the sphere. Let's say it's, I don't know how to mark a spot on this game. I can't remember again. F?
Use the
Oh, G.
M tool, and you can use like
M.
a little dome thing.
Can you see this?
Yep.
Here. I'll put it like, yeah, right about there. So I guess Tiras can move if she want, or stand in it.
right at the edge.
It's all right.
And
You're not
so with,
talking to tears.
that's true. So within that space, a lie cannot be told.
What's the save?
Charisma. I don't think the save DC is very high. It's only a 16.
That's
Not-
charisma.
Huh?
That's charisma.
Yeah.
Okay, charisma saving throw?
Yep.
Okay.
Fail.
That's a 10.
Oh, -1.
And for what it's worth, since I'm standing there,
Oh, you
that's
both
also a
failed.
fail.
Turns to Tiras. Are you a spy?
What?
28.
That doesn't surprise me. Oh,
I'm a charisma caster. Of course, I've got good charisma saves.
Yeah, Liren could convince us that a rock is made out of water. And then he'll gesture to Solitude to do her work.
Bonjour, Monsieur Rock. I would like to speak with the entity that dwells in your shadow arm.
Sure.
Hello?
Yes.
He says, "Hello, Solitude."
During this time, I would like to subtle spell cast detect thoughts.
Okay, I'm gonna type this in RP chat for Liren. Or actually, I'll message.
You can message me.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Cool. So, you know my name already, I see. What is your name?
My name is unimportant.
But
Or
I
so
thought
he
you were
says.
some sort of a god. Not want your name to be known so that you can be worshipped and so forth?
The name of your god, Solitude, is unimportant. All you need to know is that you must worship him, or so he says.
Where is it that you come from? Mysterious god creature. I suppose I shall call you Pete for now, since your name is so unimportant.
He says he comes from everywhere, all around. The core of existence. The beginning of time.
And that is the beginning of time here on Eberron, or the beginning of time in the many universes otherwise? You know, I come from an entirely different realm altogether. Are you my god over there too in Faerun? Or are you only here?
He asks what you think the beginning of time means. It seems to be
Oh,
a
I'm
very
sure that
simple
only-
statement.
I'm sure that only you would know that. Well, we have arrived here in Carlacton, and I know that you have issued some rather weighty threats against Michel Rock and my companions. What is it that you have in store for us here?
He He says he threatens nothing. That you are all fools and you will guide yourselves towards your own destruction.
Very well, I suppose. Well, that happens every day with every individual. We are always on a path towards chaos, n'est pas? But you do not, therefore, have anything different planned for us than any ordinary passerby. It was just a threat, just a ruse to scare us from coming here.
Okay. He says that there is nothing that he needs to do. All he needs to do is watch.
Ah, I see. Yes, yes. So the danger does not come from you. You will simply be a voyeur to the action, so to speak. But do you know what it is that awaits us in Carlacton? Were we to travel down there and go to the temple and seek to have your spirit removed from Mishorok's person?
He says, no, not from me.
So is it another... You are a demon, we not a devil. Correct, am
Uh, he says he is and isn't.
I personally think that I am speaking to Dulazurak himself. Am I wrong?
Hold on. A lot of laughing. Like a lot of laughing. Still laughing. Hold on. Okay. He says that creature is a mere peon in comparison to him. He seeks only to protect me.
Fascinating. So it is
He
indeed an
says,
honor to have a communication with you.
he says that Dulazurak would. It doesn't even make sense. He would eat him to correct a bowel movement. I don't know what that means.
I thought bathroom humor was beneath a god of your infinite wisdom and power. Surely you could come up with something more clever than that, we? Monsieur Kyber? Is that it? The one below? Why do you
He
torment
says,
my friend so?
he says, toilet humor is eternal.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Okay.
This guy's literally
I guess-
shitposting.
He says, you are less clever than you believe by half, Solitude. You will not
Never
guess.
thought I was. I see. So be it. Are we in danger from a group or an individual? Were we to travel to Kalakton, to the temple?
He says, only if Rock is in danger.
Only if Rock is in danger? Are we in danger from a friend or from a foe? Someone who we know or someone who we do not? A stranger.
I care not for your trials and tribulations, he says.
Why would anyone seek to oppose us if we are so weak and so meaningless? You would think that you and your companions in Carlacton would have a, how do you say, in Faerun, it is a bigger fish to fry.
There is no greater fish than this, Solitude.
Monsieur Rock? This group? What are you fishing for?
He says, never you mind.
You should be careful. Fish, they can be
Think of
slippery
me-
little devils, we?
He says, think of me merely as an observer.
In a few moments' time, you will be even more of an observer as you are purged from Michel Rock's person. What do you think about that?
Repeat that? Sorry. I'm split in 4 different directions right now.
Okay. Making sure you heard me.
Yeah. No. I missed your statement question.
Well, the court reporter reread counsel's last statement. Shit, I have to remember what it was.
Yes, please.
I was asking you.
John just went into
I
word
don't remember
mode.
what I asked. I forgot already. I asked.
I'll tell you what, I'll make it easier for
You
you.
asked, what do you think about that? The fact that you're going to be expelled from Rock soon and will
Oh, yeah,
soon
that's
be an
right.
outsider yourself,
That's
or
right.
an observer
Thank you.
yourself. I apologize.
Thank you, court reporter. Thank you. Good
You're welcome.
transcription.
You're welcome.
I will be an eternal observer until Rock's end or mine.
What difference does it make if you are attached to his arm as the shadow tattoo then? If you are simply an observer?
Try to remove it.
We most certainly will. Are you also trying to exert control over Michel Belset over here? My golden armored friend?
I have no
Is that you as well?
interest in your Mr. Pawn.
Well, what
Zach.
is it that afflicts him?
It's actually at this moment that Belsay taps Solitude on the shoulder. The spell is over, Solitude.
Very well. I suppose you will see us in Carlacton. Whoever you are. She kind of relaxes her shoulders and steps back a little bit. Shakes her head a tad, says, I tried to get some information. I do not know if I did a good job or not. What did you all make of that?
Very little.
I think we,
I think it is safe for us to at least try to get this removed in Carlacton. I did not hear too much foreboding there.
if we try and fail, then we at least tried.
It is better to try and fail than never attempt in the first.
Right.
That is
Right.
not necessarily true all the time.
I would say in this situation it is.
Well, I wonder if Shiro perhaps knows how we can reach the temple most quickest, and we can chart a path and head there post haste. I think that is the best next option for us. Do you agree?
I think so.
Listen.
Oui. I will go speak with them, and then can assemble on the main deck. See you all soon.
Soon.
And she'll continue to try to open this door. She's been failing at opening this entire time. Then she just goes right through it, because screw it.
Oh, I have yet to be able to open a door in this.
Okay, good. It's not just me? All right.
No.
Okay. Thought I was tech incompetent or something.
Oh.
To open doors, you right click on them and it comes up with a little open dialogue. You just click that.
Oh, I know, it just doesn't work.
Oh, sometimes
Yeah,
it just
I get
doesn't
the
work.
I got the spinning hourglass. I still have a spinning hourglass.
I think that happens whenever people try and open the door at the same time, because as soon as you said I just opened the door, I tried to open the door, I got a little notification that Belsay tried to open the door.
Oops.
And it's not a big deal. No worries at all. It's just a bug in the game. It looks like. See if you can
It's
open
still
it.
in
See if
beta.
you can
I found
open it
Shiro.
now, Belsay.
Oh.
Weird.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Excusez-moi, Monsieur Shiro. Captain most elegant. We have a question for you,
Yes, what is
if you
it?
have the time. We, of course, are traveling to the temple of Dulera. Do you perhaps know where it is located within this town and the easiest way for us to get there?
Ah, fortunately, it lies on the other side of the city, past the main gate. There's a bit of a divide here, from what I understand. There are those that believe the necromancy and the ways of the blood of Vol are the way. They are small in number. They live also beyond the Great Wall, in a small settlement. The Old City, as they call it. On Earth is an ancient civilization. Galifar and Khan the Conqueror themselves even lived here. Yes,
Shit.
Galifar the First, he says to all of you, reacting to this.
I would very much like to see this. Old city.
Rock will kind of meekly follow wherever you go.
And so this temple is in the old city or the new? Excusez-moi.
Oh, the new city is basically the industrial center. You have the port, of course, which was at one time one of the greatest ports in all of Corvair. Unfortunately, the mourning has since affected that. Many of the trade routes are now directed through Atcher, another city in Carnith. You're interested
So
in the
that
blood
is
of
where
all,
we
he
are
says to
now.
Belsay, seeing some minor interest in going to the old city after he made that statement.
Ah,
may-
yes, I Oh, sorry, go for it.
No, go ahead.
Yes, I've known some in my time to follow that religious doctrine, if you will.
Ah, there is a great palace you must visit then in Atcher. It's known as the Crimson Crescent. There are many
Cool.
very devoted to the blood of all there.
I must make my way there then. Belsay seems very excited at the prospect.
Salted seems annoyed at this point. Oui, but the temple of Dulera is where?
Ah, he points in the direction of the Great Wall, and I'll ping it on the map for you. My advice is zoom out. May not fully render
Zoom
even.
all the way.
Which side is it on, like cardinal direction?
So we're on the opposite side of this of the map from where this old city is.
So it looks like we're on the north side.
There's the Great Wall, I think.
So this would
Sort
be
of running
Yeah.
left and right on
this
the
would be
screen.
this would be the south side of the map, and if you can see this
Aha! Got it.
large
Okay, I got it
beacon.
now. Yay! All right, yeah, we did not make it a good, how do you say, a parking place, but we shall have to hoof it.
Ah,
speak,
Monsieur
um,
Solitude, or Madame Solitude. Perhaps
Yeah,
I shall
we-
let you fly the ship next time.
Perhaps you should. You
Well,
never know.
You would be greatly amiss to be parking the ship over there, and they may see it as a tactical approach, then perhaps. You would not be welcomed by
You
the
do not want
Sentinels.
to sound the trumpets of war too early. We
This
already have a
civilization
potential conflict on our hands.
is heavily guarded by a group of sentinels. Their leader is most fierce and ferocious. I would be careful to obey their laws while in the city. He looks at you,
Any-
Solitude.
Any unusual laws
Oui,
that
oui,
we
oui.
should be aware of beyond the customary?
Don't kill people. Don't rob people.
Beyond
this-
the customary.
all of the customs here are as you would find in the civilizations you've been to thus far. Breland,
Okay.
Tarkud, yeah, definitely.
Nothing
not-
weird like don't sneeze on cabbages.
No, yeah, don't show people the bottom of your feet. It's all acceptable.
Oh yeah.
That is a big one where I come from.
Mhm.
Of course it is.
Oh,
Also, there is no gratuity on food when you eat it. There's a they've decided to do a value-added tax instead. So you simply sit, enjoy your food, and pay your bill and walk away. No need to tip waiter or waitress. It is
Were you
quite
not
nice.
impatiently bored a minute ago?
I love
Perhaps-
you, Shiro.
Perhaps we should make our way to the temple.
Yes, I think we should.
And I would like to add, if that doesn't work, the Blood of Vol are known for their abilities that might be of some use. And just thought I'd throw that out there.
the blood of
So we direct to temple and then perhaps on the way back, depending on how things go with Rock and Basset, check out some other areas. We have forgotten Orochi.
Oh.
Message
What?
spell. Monsieur Orochi, are you coming with us?
Yes, are we ready to depart to the city?
We have spoken with the demon, so it is safe for you to come out now.
Fantastic. I will be there momentarily.
Before he shows, I think Solitude would go to the group and say, "Everyone, I think I do not have good news, but I have significant concerns about Monsieur Orochi."
You and the rest
Rock
of
will-
us solitude.
Rock will give you this like really blatant like, weren't you guys like the best of friends like 5 minutes ago? Look, and like also, fuck! Finally, someone believes me.
We started that way, but I once asked him to agree to have this mission be his main priority, and he refused. And then I tried to get him to help the group by confronting the demon, and he again refused. I do not know if the mission is a priority or if the group is a priority. There is a game I am working on. It involves strikes and outs, and you run around. It is an athletic game, and in the game you have 3 strikes
Incredibly boring.
before you are out.
Solitude, not
And
to dampen
listen,
your
Michel
interest.
Orochi has the 2 strikes. Is my point.
Thank you.
Okay.
I was getting to it, but I hate to be bearer of bad news, but he is something to keep an eye on. Where is that man who he brought up here anyway?
In his room, working on a Warforged.
What?
What?
A special. Oh, he didn't tell you.
No, neither did you.
I assumed he had already told you. He seemed quite forthright with the information. Apparently, it's a Warforged of some magnitude that will aid him in his quest, like an extra life, if you will. Should he fall in combat?
What?
Someone no, and Belsay realizes, because Steve also realizes, and he's stupid. He might have misspoken. No, not. At least I don't think as another life. Just someone to take up his cause should he fall.
Well, Tiris knows from
there
her
is talk of
research.
the souls being able to be infused. It could be. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Yeah, I think you may be not giving him enough credit. I have heard talk of the shards being able to channel the souls of the dead, so perhaps he seeks to transfer his essence to a being of steel and wire.
My assessment is that he is capable of doing this. He has the information. He's certainly smart enough.
Great. A miniature Lord of the Blades too. Just what we need.
What a waste of divinity that would be.
I mean, would it not make his divinity, quote unquote, eternal? They'll say.
No. Far from it. He would be rejecting all divinity within by removing himself from the thing that makes him divine. His mortality. His blood.
I would certainly never part with this body. That is for sure.
Has Orochi arrived yet?
Before,
And at least we're all
before
in
he
agreement.
meets up. Go ahead.
No,
I
no.
was just going to say that at least we are all in agreement that we need to be cautious.
Before he leaves his room, Orochi's going to say, Anko, before I leave to the city, is there anything I should keep my eye on for our mission? Supplies you would need. I would like to begin construction immediately.
Yes, that would be good, and Carlacton will be a good source for these items as well. Let me write you a list.
Excellent. And do make sure to study the designs I've given you. It is important that you follow them to the letter. The aesthetics are key.
Yes. Yes, of course.
He goes up to him and he puts his hand on his shoulder. Brighten up, Banco. Remember, you're on a mission of peace. And while we're in the city, make sure to make yourself comfortable with the ship. You might be here a while.
Oh my fucking god.
His feverish determination falters for maybe a moment or two, and then you see a brief smile on his face. Very well. I think I shall get something to eat.
Yes, you will need your strength. And remind me, do you have family, loved ones to return to? People who would miss you?
No. No. None that I would call close family anymore. A brother somewhere in the distant lands of Thrain, but I have not talked to him in many years.
Would you like to see him one day?
Perhaps, but not in the state I am now. I must redeem
Well, I
myself
think he...
first. I must become worthy of the name you've given me.
Ah, yes. Good. That's what I like to hear. He would be impressed with the new you. A better man. One he would be proud to call family. Work towards this. The sooner we finish our mission, the sooner you can be reunited with family. Anyways, think on what we've talked about these couple of hours. And I do enjoy working with you in the future. And he will leave the room, and he will go to join up with the rest of the party.
Very well then, Orochi. Please, bring these supplies exactly as I've written them. He hands you a piece of parchment paper before you leave.
Alright. Yeah, he'll come up with the rest of the party. Well, are we ready to embark on our mission? Seems like we have a lot to do.
As ever, Orochi.
Well, let's not waste time.
what?
Rock gives
So
him
how do
the
we get
eternal
down
side
from
eye.
here?
Does anyone else think that they're getting these kind of vibes from Orochi? It's just me. Anyone else getting these vibes?
Oh, I don't know. I would
Your
say,
new name is Freak
I
now.
wouldn't say that guy. That guy's
No,
pretty
it's-
bad.
What the
He's real
hell?
bad. He's real bad. But just it's the more I give you a new name and a new job. That's mostly what got me with it.
I
I'm
don't know
sorry.
who that is or
It's,
what that is.
Ramsay Bolton from Game of Thrones.
Ah, okay.
I get more this guy. If you're gonna do Game of Thrones.
Well, I could see a Peter Baelish kind of situation going on here.
Peter Baelish.
He's very cunning, So, yeah, you're right. Ramsay Bolton's more of a I'm gonna outwardly flay you alive versus Peter Baelish, who's like I'm gonna do it quietly.
And you're gonna thank me for it.
Yeah, and you're gonna really appreciate that I did this for you. Anyway,
That
sorry.
sounds a good show.
Oh, it really was.
All right, where is the ladder or the what did you get out of this ship?
How do you get off this ship? Actually, that's a good question. I was really wondering that.
Shift click drag.
Well, yes.
As you guys
There
approach
was
the
the
city,
ladder.
you would see the airship sink into the water, almost like a boat.
That's-
The ring of fire briefly extinguishing as it enters the water's surface, but miraculously reigniting as it comes out the other side. Always in perpetual motion, even as it comes to a slow stop on the water's surface.
You cannot say we are arriving in style.
Absolutely. Fantastic. That will never get old.
No, it never will.
Oh,
Yes,
it looks like a Rock and a Belsi are already off of the boat. I see them down here.
As you step foot onto what looks like one of the large piers, you could see massive ships in the distance being loaded with cargo, presumably to take to various destinations throughout Corvair. And you also see the busy work of the dock workers high on their large built swivel cranes and things of that nature to load various heavy items in crates and pallets onto ships. And the whole dock is really just all a bustle. Everybody is moving and everybody has their place. No one is still, except for a group of people kind of gaggling in a center area nearby. You can hear the distant call of dock worker to dock worker and commands from high places and low places alike. It's really quite marvelous to see. But this is slow for them, apparently, according to Shiro.
Okay.
I like the busyness.
Okay.
All right,
I was like, oh,
I'm gonna go approach the nearest guard and ask for directions to the temple. Wait, never mind. We already know the directions to the temple. I'm gonna shut the hell up.
I suppose we will proceed to the temple.
proceed.
Right.
is everyone following me, or am I here alone?
You're on the wrong side, I think.
Well, there are stairs over here.
Oh, you're over there.
You're lagging behind.
Oh, there you are. Hello.
Dulce pulls out his little tour guide flag, little red tour guide flag. Holds it up, says, "All right, everyone, follow me. Don't dally."
One of the
I
port
can-
gods
That sounds like they'll say.
standing nearby you nods as he sees you all walking by.
Dulce nods back, gives him a smile.
He looks towards the docks.
All right, parents, hold your children's hands. We don't want them getting lost on the tour. And if you look to your right, you'll see a guard. That's it. All right, on to the next place.
And over here we have a guard. Look, as he watches for danger.
Wow.
This way. I think.
Guardicus manicus in his natural habitat.
Carcass Vegas. Oh, that should not have tickled me as much as it did.
You begin to walk through what looks like some kind of a public storage yard. You can see stacked tall various crates and pallets containing all sorts of different supplies, most likely weaponry. As you pass through, you find yourself relatively undisturbed by others until you reach a gaggle of people standing nearby, and a traveling salesman.
Gone too far?
We're here.
You hear this purple-cloaked fellow talking and boasting about a love concoction that he's brewed up. Yes, it is of course the most beautiful and brilliant of colors. See here the shade of it. It could only be the most perfect, alluring, charming potion one could obtain this side of the river.
I'm gonna low voice the group. Charlatans. Oh.
Seems to have a group of small supporters, presumably, family members, but one of them is Orkinkind, and you see that the rest of them bear a slight resemblance to the man in one way or the other, but they seem to be his group or party, and all of them kind of nodding and holding various supplies of his as well, oohing and eyeing, kind of jeering the crowd a little bit. You can see some people are showing interest in this. A couple people letting out gasps and murmurs at the thought of a charming potion.
Oh, look, Orochi.
One sip,
Exactly your kind of people. Snake oil salesman.
one sip
And
from
you would
this,
buy it.
and you could lure your love, the one you've been pining over, the one who's turned a cold shoulder to you even.
Rock shakes his head piteously and kind of just moves on.
I'll insight check him.
Did Tyrus just sigh?
Nope, that was me.
Oh.
Ooh, a 23. Is he being truthful or not?
While the potion has some kind of charming effects, it would certainly wear off within about 15 seconds, leaving the person, I'm sure, rather embarrassed and in a certainly precarious situation after 15 seconds of love ended. And yeah, that's basically the gist you get from what he's saying.
Hmm.
Eh.
Is he just selling that?
It's a friend's cantrip
Some
and
things
bottle
are-
of solitude.
Some things are no different here than they are in Faerun.
From the looks of it, to answer your question, Belse, it looks like he's got various different potions, and each of his party members, so to speak, are holding some kind of a case with several potions on display, and each of them are, holding a multitude of the same potions, but each one of them are holding something different.
As we pass, Buzzo will just say, perhaps we should come back. While that potion may not necessarily be worth our while, who knows what else he might have that could be of use. Food for thought.
Quick scan. Is anyone following us? Someone's been following us. Any of that?
Actually, a very
Nope.
good question.
No one is following you.
Alright.
Man, the city looks so good.
It really does.
Is it
I
an
appreciate the
amazing?
litter of stuff on the.
Amazing.
It just never ceases to amaze me.
The floating docks, the
Well, they
floating
could do a
city.
better job with the
Yes.
trash cleanup, but
Hmm. Do we pass any interesting shops on the way? This
You
temple?
see what looks like a market
ahead.
square, but it's straight ahead. You see the dock area is heavily littered with tents and what looks like all sorts of traveling merchants. You see lots of different races in Carlington too. You see humans floating about, and, well, not literally floating about. Maybe some of them in boats in the water, but gnomes, elves, orcs, really all sorts of different races here. And it seems to be a diverse culture and rather welcoming to outsiders. So far, everybody you've seen has greeted you with kindness and welcome, almost as if they're happy to see people in the city. When cities are in dire economic straits, the best thing for the city is tourism, outsiders. So, in that regard,
Even those who arrange and sell strawberries are under considerable economic duress.
Good. That was a good reference. I like that.
Yeah, thank you. A quick
Uh,
scan of Rock's arm. Tattoo flare-ups. Are we doing good here? How's the arm looking?
Everything's fine. Rock is walking along normally.
I'm not buying your word for it, buddy.
I mean,
I have a question for Rock. How is he feeling physically?
it feels fine. It feels great. No more itchy arm. You know, he feels really strong.
well, shit.
To the market.
Is it this big building that we're heading
Yep.
to?
That building just ahead of you, the large building that is on, I think. Oh, I lost you guys. The large building that is just ahead of you is a warehouse of sorts, and you'd find the door locked if you have tried to open it. There is no one nearby, however. Guards, at least in the nearby vicinity.
I would like to take one more look around for guards or anything. Or any, not just guards, but anyone looking.
You see no prying eyes in the vicinity, and I would say, you scan the area pretty well. Roll a perception check for me, though.
Percepciones. That is... Oh, and 29.
Very well.
Very nice.
And a nat 20, I might add.
Yes.
God damn.
Yes, you see really no signs of dock workers, guards, really anywhere in the nearby vicinity of that door. Or double door, I should say.
All right. Then I am going to go up there and attempt to quickly pick the lock.
Okay, you see a single keyhole. It looks like a large old-fashioned bronze key would fit into, and looks like a relatively simple
I will just
lock
walk
to
in
pick.
to the other side.
Tira's doing her best to try to herd people into the market center.
Yeah,
Like,
Belsey's
is-
doing the same. Solitude, where are you going?
Oh, it is just checking out the abandoned warehouse.
We lost Lauren. Where did she go?
What?
She is trying to pick the lock. Maybe I should open the door
Oh,
for her.
what? Why? The last thing we need to do is get
Right.
thrown out of the city. We're in. They're in?
Liren?
By the time they're doing that, have I finished unlocking the lock?
Nope, you hear them.
I
Liren,
unlock it from this side.
They're in, honestly.
did you not just recently have a conversation with Rock about impetuousness?
That's all she says. Just,
What is even in there?
Something that
I
isn't
thought we were
out.
in a hurry.
Exactly.
Yes,
Can't come
we
in.
are.
I am on the other side.
Rock shakes his head sadly.
Oh,
Yeah, aren't we in a hurry to get this resolved?
yes. Come on, Rock. They'll catch up.
Yes,
No
I thought we were as
resolution
well.
open.
Liron, I think the retired professional rogue. I do not think that you are in the retirement at all. I think you are still practicing what you preach.
Quick glance about at this market just as we walk through. What do we have going on here? Just at
Really,
a quick
I mean,
look.
you really see everything from everything you see too is like a specialty tent. You know, it's not like a broad, diverse selection at every station. More so, a very specialized selection at every station. Some stations are
Okay.
weaponry stations. Some stations are for armor. Some stations are specifically for shoes or boots or.
What about saddles?
Cool.
Saddles, you
I'm-
say?
Yes.
There
Belsay is
is-
looking just to make note for later.
There is an area where you see various saddles, and let me point you out where that would be on the map.
Yeah, because Belsay's not going to stop right now, also under the impression of a time crunch. But afterwards, he does want to come back and
Oh, you know what?
peruse.
You are actually right next to it. You see, like,
Hey.
there's like a small wheeled cart there, and a man seems to be working on what looks like like a carriage of some sort that would attach to a horse. And you see hanging from the wall several saddles, and also small like blankets and things like that, dressing that you'd put underneath the saddle as well.
Okay. Belsay makes note and keeps on going.
Along those same lines, I might casually chat up someone and ask them if a shop de items magique is in the vicinity.
Well, for magical items, they suggest some of the dock workers. Most of the, traveling merchants take up tents on the docks in the center of the new city, as they call it. And that area would be like over this way, John. Drop up there.
Okay. Hold on, doing my notes. We'll zoom out here. Over
Oh, that's the direction we're heading anyway. Perfect.
up there. Okay, perfect. Yeah, okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah, should we go that way? I believe it is on the way to temple, like you said, Belze.
I do not wish to stop, but at least make
No.
note.
Wait.
I see Lyra just like 18 million years ahead. I love zooming out and just seeing us all like picking up our piece a little bit, putting it down, like almost like we're walking it. It's just so silly.
Mhm.
You know, it's very VeggieTales in that way. I feel like.
Just like the animation of them moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Liron, there you are. Hello, Liron.
I've used disguise self to look like a dock worker.
So we don't recognize you when we get up there. Shenanigans.
I love Cody. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Wait, we lost Laren again.
She's around.
She is being mysterious. So this is the magic item area. Everyone make a note, mental.
Oh, this area? Those 5 docks by the ships. By the shipyards.
I believe that our direction said here. We, Dungeon Master.
Pierce, you hear a voice in your head. Keep walking.
Yep.
I'm around.
You are correct, John.
Okay, so here is magic item area.
Tyrus like looks around like real obviously like where did she go?
So where is this temple?
It is a ways still.
Looks like there's the Great Gate, says Gragas as he points ahead. He points forward and to the left as you're walking down the dock here. You see just ahead of you a great black gate that lies ahead.
Is it the tall building or the really pretty? I'm guessing it's the really pretty building behind it.
That is the
The,
gate.
temple.
Yeah, someone's got the gate marked there, and then the temple is the building with the turquoise roof.
Okay, yeah, the really pretty building.
Yep.
Gosh, that's pretty.
So
What color is turquoise?
Oh, that's my
It is
bad.
the one way in the back with the white walls.
Oh, okay. Like the domey
Like,
building.
kind of domey building, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks more like a palace style, I would say.
I'm dumb. Where the hell are you guys looking?
So if you,
Way beyond the
Way in
wall.
the back.
yeah, so if you're in the center of the map.
Oh,
now-
over there. Oh, I didn't. I thought that was the old city. I was still looking inside the walls. Okay.
I'm really not using the screenshot feature well today either. Let me just grab a snapshot real quick.
That's the
I'm
shit.
looking at a bed.
Oh boy.
Me too.
Same.
I think that's my
Looks
bed.
like on the ship.
Oh, there it
there
is.
we go.
That's my.
Uh-huh. Hi, see my house from here.
And what is this that we're seeing? What is this?
That's the temple.
This is
That's
so
where we're
cool.
headed.
Dude, that's so
Oh,
dope.
this is so cool. It's so dope, man.
I love it. It's oh my gosh. It's never gonna get old. It's never gonna get
It's
old.
never gonna. It never does get old. Like every week, I'm just so dazzled.
Cool every time.
Oh, it's so cool every time. What a good idea. God bless. Like, where do I invest? Like,
Yeah,
God
thank
bless
you,
this
thank you,
amazing
Tabletop
Yeah,
Simulator
seriously.
for shitting itself.
For shitting the bed.
stuff. Yeah, thank you. The
I'm-
best thing you've
I'm
ever done
We're
is
geeked out.
fuck
It's
up
gosh, so cool.
every time.
Here we go, Lisa.
No.
Okay, Tiras, I see you. No.
Gan, do you make these every time? Like, do you like build these yourself, or how does it work?
I've
Not
been
that I wanna-
I have been basically building since we got into Tailspire, and just building
I just love
nonstop pretty much every day when I've got spare time to do it.
Build
So
it
Yeah.
up.
epic.
Add
So
it.
good.
Every
The
minute
detail.
of it.
Unreal.
You
Detail is
appreciate every
amazing.
minute of it.
Sometimes I forget some of the stuff I built, so please forgive me. I think I directed Cody to a warehouse when that was like a restaurant of some kind, so I apologize for
Oh.
that. Warehouse was the building on the left of it. That's my bad.
Ah, okay.
The funny thing to break
That's-
into.
Don't. Yeah.
I love it. Liren picks the lock, and the host. They used to open it up, and the hostess is like, "Oh yes, how many am I seating today?"
Like, we're not open yet.
6.
You're hosting 6 of us, but there's really 8.
Table for 6 with lockpicks.
Well, it did work though. The door would have been locked. It seemed seemingly not open for the day. A nice little tavern there. It's midday. Not a lot of people doing the drinking thing right now. At least not in
It's
Carlington.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Hello, Monsieur Guard. May we have a passage into the next area of the town?
Are you here on business with Revan? Or someone in the temples?
We have
the
an
temples.
appointment at the temple, oui.
Ah. And who are you seeing there?
We aren't sure.
Ah. You've come here
We
seeking
have a-
aid.
Correct.
We have a clerical error.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh.
Are you
Stoop
in
that
search
low,
of
huh?
a cleric, you say?
Indeed.
Well,
Come on, that wasn't even that bad a pun.
what seems
Nah.
to be
I liked it personally.
ailing you? You all seem to be rather healthy. Or is it a matter of the psyche?
Something of that nature.
Ah. He's looking at you like kind of like a cop, you know, just like really trying to understand your whole life in 5 seconds of staring at you. And you're feeling, a judgmental eye, I should say. He's basically insight checking you right now. And he nods to the guard just on the right of him. And he pulls a lever. And the gate opens.
Oh, that's so cool.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
badass.
I was writing notes. Damn it.
Before you
Missed the
pass,
gate
though,
go.
he gently, he grabs your forearm. Doesn't grab it, but he places, 3 of his fingers, we'll say, on it, just not allowing you to pass just yet. And he says, "Your time here is limited, of course. On nightfall, I expect to see you at these gates. Understood?"
Is there some
If
kind
it
of
is-
curfew?
Well, you
What
are
time
an
of day is
outsider.
it now?
Right now, it
Midday.
is. It's probably about noon.
Okay, we got plenty of time.
You are an
If it is
outsider.
within,
Outsiders are not permitted within the old city after nightfall.
if it is within our power, we shall return.
Lord willing, and if the creek don't rise.
He nods to you with
are-
a more, friendly demeanor this time. I wish you well in your search.
Thank you, guardsman. You do fine work. Belce will clap him on the shoulder and then move on through.
The other guard looks you all over as you kind of walk past, and you see him, Belce, nod to the other guard, the guard you were speaking to, as you all do. Almost like a seems like they're alright, or they check out, giving him, sort of a sense of encouragement towards his own action just now.
Oh, is it like the garden training? Oh.
This is first day. Oh god, it's his first day on duty, and the other guy's first day. Oh god, it's his first day on duty, and the other guy's 5 days from retirement. What's gonna go wrong?
That's how it always works out.
Yep. I'm getting too old for this.
Oh man, it's my first day.
Oh,
I just had. Oh no, and he probably just had a new baby or
Yeah.
something too, huh?
The old city
course.
is most beautiful. Do you not think, Michel Berset?
Quite. I appreciate the natural appeal.
As Rock and Terrace walk ahead, he will turn to her, hands in his pockets, and he will say, "Why did you not tell me?"
You got really quiet, Adrian. I don't know if they
You
heard.
need my mic. I'm sorry. Tell me what? What do you mean?
You lied about the compulsion.
What?
Oh, wait, what? Hold on. Back up. Did I misunderstand something?
You might have misunderstood something. I think she showed her findings of the identify thing to both of us, right?
Yep,
Mhm.
for sure.
You're just a little off target.
I thought it was the curse that you were talking about.
You may think what you will.
Well. I shall think what I will.
What? I shared with you what I knew of your mark. I'm trying. What? What is this?
Don't worry about
Should
it.
have worn something other than the black. The sun is beating down on my shoulders. It is a good thing. Monsieur Patron, could you turn up the air conditioning, please? Merci.
I don't think we can get there that way.
I don't think we can get through either way.
We should ask a guard up here. They will tell us how. I'll skip ahead. Whoa. As my
Louis-
token flies into the air.
Bluey has already walked across the bridge.
Oh,
Again, such a
maybe
question.
we take a ferry?
Oh shit! Is there no bridge
Oh.
there?
Yeah, there's no. I was looking for a bridge, but there's no bridge across to the little island on the side.
Wait, what?
There's no way to
yeah.
get this.
No, there's definitely not. Yeah.
What? There's like a little stone bridge.
Yeah, no. I get what you're saying though. There's no bridge to get to the temple. There's the bridge to get to the temple is actually through this building, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And if you recall when you were at the gate, he said, "Are you here to see Brevin or someone in the old city?" And this would be the Sentinel Tower, basically. It's the gate that bars entrance to the old city. And there's a reason why the Sentinel Tower divides it like this, so it probably doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense right now, but keep on going.
We will proceed forward.
Yep.
Gonna walk up to these guards right here. Nod. Belzes will nod his head. We seek entrance to the old city. Is this the way through?
Yes, you'll need permission from Brevin. Are you here on some kind of particular business?
We seek aid of a clerical nature.
Ah, wait here. I'll pass your message along. And with that, you see the guard head inside.
Encouraging nod to Belsay.
Does the name Brevin ring any bells? Is that like king or general or...
Brevin de Cannith is definitely an important
Ooh.
figure in this particular city. Carnith is, like I said, it's probably the most significant building here outside of the Temple of Dol-Ra would be Sentinel Tower. Sentinel Tower is basically where lots of House de Cannith marshals and sentinels are trained. House de Cannith boasts like one of the largest, policing, bounty hunting, bodyguarding services out of really any of the houses, and that's really what they're notable for, at least, as well as their weapon craft and their great military skills. But in terms of
Wow.
this particular character, Brevin de Cannith he's like the general, so to speak. He's in charge of training all of the sentinels that come here. And while he doesn't do most of the teachings anymore, as a much older commander, known now as Lord Brevin, of course, he spends most of his time with a select group of sentinels, the top of the top, the creme de la creme, so to speak, those with the most promise and prowess.
Okay, so he's a big deal.
Wow.
Shit.
Is this guy standing in front of me a sentinel? This guard?
I think they're all sentinels.
Okay.
This is the Sentinel Tower.
Yes, they are both sentinels standing at the front gate. Give me 1 sec, guys, while I catch up on a couple of DMs and questions here.
Very good. Do you mind? Well, actually, do you guys mind if we take like a 5-minute break or something?
Not at all.
I have to make a phone call really quick.
No worries. This is a perfect time.
Sure. I'm back.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Some aggressive typing right there, bud.
Oops.
What does adamantine do as a weapon?
As a weapon, I think it does
It's
max
really
damage
hard.
to objects.
And
I think
also,
it really crits objects.
well, also for the purposes of magic, like creatures that have resistance to damage from non-magical effects, it bypasses that. So even though the weapons themselves made of adamantine aren't magical, it makes it so you'll do damage as if it was. Does that make sense?
Well, except these are +2 adamantine, so I think we have magic and adamantine here.
Yep.
But I get it. And it does the object damage. Very nice. Very nice.
It still makes me laugh when Solitude says "Gray Goose." Like,
yeah. There's plenty more where that
Just
came
a simple
from. Just keep them around.
Is that just his name?
it's just simple things
Tyrus,
that make me.
you will hear a message in your head asking, "Do you need assistance getting in, or will you be able to get to the monastery just fine?"
Uh, that's a great question. As I kind of sort of tuned out, and I don't really remember what was happening anymore.
Microphone's iffy again, Adrian.
Her computer doesn't like microphones. They start out good and then it slowly kills them. I don't know why.
I don't either. I don't quite understand what's happening at the door.
We're just waiting to be allowed through by Decaneth.
So, is this like the message cantrip or something
Yes.
else?
This is the
Oh.
message cantrip.
Okay. Respond back. I am uncertain. They don't seem overly welcome. But I'm not sure.
So the rest of the game would involve. So if we're in this area here, see, like the tree over there would be the first base, and then maybe about 60 or so feet over here, that'll be the second base, and then
My brothers would love
the
this game.
doorway.
It sounds terrible.
But it could become a pastime of a region, entire region, perhaps. I don't know, but some may find
Well-
it boring, others fascinating. You never know.
It's
You
got-
never know.
It's going to be better than actually fighting each other to the death in an arena fight.
That is, perhaps I should present this to the king of the Zolenberg, who wants to have the tournament in exchange of the fighting. Perhaps we can take it a step further, and they have these games. For
Is-
that matter, maybe there could be a every other year meeting of all the nations where there are games played in this celebration of
I must confess,
competition.
you seem like you should be a bard.
I do not know if I like that or not, but I have a dark side, baby. Don't you worry.
Is Solitude's
Not worried.
patron Hasbro? I'm starting to think it is.
No. I just spent a lot of time as a child playing the games. No
So
one
now
wants
she
to
makes them
spend
up.
time with me.
All of the games we've played this far are Hasbro branded games. Besides chess.
Oh yeah.
This has been a very game-oriented campaign so far.
I
I
don't
love
think that's anyone else's fault but Solitude's.
I feel like I started this when I was the first one to like bring up a game of cards to Solitude at the beginning of the campaign.
It's your fault.
You did this.
I love it.
Brought to you by Hasbro. You see an imposing figure step into the doorway, and he stands in front of the guard who sent a messenger, and he's probably about, I will say, 6'8".
Holy shit.
Hello.
He's quite a large fellow.
It's the Numenor.
Welcome. Quite a vessel you've brought to my city.
Yes,
Yeah,
she is.
thank you.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Dulce.
She's a fine ship. Yes. Apologies, by the way, for interrupting.
We like to travel in style.
I can see that. And I would imagine, being the owners of this ship, I presume. He waits for a response to this question, making it obvious it's not
Yes.
rhetorical. I would surmise you are the champions of Zoldenberg, are you not?
You are correct.
It is a great honor for me to meet you. crosses his arms, smiling, looking at you all, almost like someone who is a keen sportsman would look at great athletes or great tradesmen. This is basically him measuring all of you. He looks to each of you individually, standing there silent, really.
They'll say bows.
Thank you.
He's fanboying right now, basically.
Tyrus waves awkwardly. That's the hi.
And what is it that I, Brevin de Kenneth, can do for you, champions?
We seek aid in the temples of a clerical nature.
The Temple of Dulara, to be specific.
Although I would be interested in perhaps surveying the temple of Vol. I'm quite fascinated with the culture.
He raises a interested eyebrow to this comment, but doesn't respond to it at the moment. Turns back in the direction of Solitude and says, well, we boast the finest temple of Dolara, in my opinion. A great beacon of hope and tribute, the finest of the Sovereign Host. Though,
Excellent. What is... Excusez-moi, please continue.
though there
S'il vous
are
plaît.
a small number still here, even in Carlington, who believe in the old ways. And when he says this to you, Belsay, he tries his best to meet your eyes, even though your helm is rather shrouding of your eyes, I would imagine.
No, Belsay actually would probably not be walking. I don't think he would walk around with his helmet. It would probably be like strapped to his shield on his back.
You could put it in your handy carry bag that you have with you.
Strapped to the shield on the back is so cool, though. I like that one. Either way, he would look you in the eye when he says this.
Belsay just raises an eyebrow, maybe a little confused at that comment.
If you're keen to seek out the Temple of the Blood of Val, I will take you there myself. And those of you wishing to go to the Temple of Dolara, I can take you there as well.
I believe you'll be visiting both places.
It would be my honor.
We would be most gracious.
Thank you.
We are grateful for this.
Tries to cast message back to Lyrid, but I don't know if I know where she is to be able to do that.
No, probably
She'll
not.
just kind of give a one straight kind of a backwards thing. Lyrid?
You'll hear a message. Are you able to get in, or do I need to go around and let you in?
Oh, no, they seem excited that we are here. It's fans of the tournament and all.
Very good. I will wait for you on the other side then.
What?
Belsay will stick out his arm for a handshake. Thank you for being such a gracious host. It is most appreciated.
He shakes your hand firmly,
Quick.
and you could tell that his handshake, as many military men, is not only a show of respect, but a test of your strength as well, as he grips your hand firmly.
Oh yeah.
But then let's go.
Throw down.
Yep. Belsay
Quick
returns.
spin around, checking any guards, any sentinels. Is Brevin checking out Rock's tattoo situation? How's Rock doing? Solitude just does a quick scan for anything amiss,
Rock
suspicious.
seems unusually healthy. Like,
Yeah, Brevin definitely doesn't react to Rock in any way either. In any abnormal way. He seems just revered. He does kind of look Rock over, and while he definitely, you notice Rock while he's looking at you, he's like scoping out your tats. But more so like, oh yeah, them. That's him. More so that kind of thing. And he's identifying each of you by, your very distinct look.
He does still have the Kyber mark, though. It's not like vanished from him, has it?
no, it's still there. It's
Okay,
covering his
okay.
entire arm.
Okay.
Quite verily.
Well, whenever you are ready, Michel Dickeneth, we are at your service.
What did he say his first name was again?
Brevin.
Oh, Brevin. Right. Yes, Brevin, if you would be so kind as to show us to the temple.
And we will follow his lead.
But of course. And he leads you inside. And he begins to tour guide a little bit, explaining to you that the Great Hall is in a little bit of repair. They've doing some redecorating in a few places, and you can hear various stone workers working in the distance, though they seem to be out of sight for right now.
Okay, I see the stone. Yep, got it.
Very pretty.
Is it quarried locally, or is it brought in from elsewhere?
We take most of our stone from nearby sources, though the old city stone was brought from all of the lands, you see. Great architects that built many cities built the old city. The same who designed the spires of Sharn, or the great
Oui.
palace of Saya that once were. He looks sadly at this and sounds sad. You can hear remorse in his voice as
What
well.
would you say it was the greatest item of architecture that Corvair has ever seen? And is it still standing, or was it taken by time?
Well, as he leads you up the stairs, he tells you that he feels that some of the architecture in Sire was some of the most beautiful, if you're talking about ruined cities. But he feels that Karn boasts, many beautiful cities, though. He's not a boastful person. Wouldn't say they're the most beautiful. Architecture has never been their strong suit, he says, as he continues to guide you up and upstairs.
Continue to follow. Do we see any other sentinels wandering around?
Oh, the art pieces are magnificent. That one in particular over here to the right is speaking to me.
Just a moment, he
Oh, that's
says,
cool.
as he walks into what looks like a small private study. You can see from the open doors as Revan walks into the room. He grabs a book that lies on the table, and it looks to be a diary of sorts, closes it, and he places it within his chest pocket. And then he returns to the group. And I'm
Grab
going
a
to...
diary, you said.
Yes.
As as we're walking through, does Orochi see any like other than the very intimidating sentinels? Does he see any kind of like magical security measures?
Roll a perception check.
Inky. Perception, where are you? Not very high.
Perception.
I guess not.
This room over here is rather fascinating. See if I can show you what I'm talking about. Right here.
I think that's the one he
What
went
do we
in.
got over here? And
That
oh,
is
that's the one he went into.
That is
Okay,
the study.
that's
And he walks back out, and I'm going to say that he leads you back down a flight of steps and tells you that he's going to take you directly there. And we're gonna skip through a portion of this. He takes you continuously upward until you reach the outside area. And I'm going to let you guys shift click over here as best as you can. If you need any help, just let me know.
I need help.
I
So
got you.
where?
This small bridge between the two buildings. You'll notice that the tower itself is actually 2 towers connected.
oh wow.
Oh, Sky Bridge. Cool.
I did it.
Hey, so did I.
I got you covered, Orochi.
I hope
So did
nobody
I
is
see
afraid of the
anything-
heights.
Did I see any security measures with that 11? Like, or is that too low?
I would say that you noticed there was some small traps in a couple of storage rooms that you passed by, but in terms of security measures to keep people out, you don't really notice much besides several sentinel guards.
Gotcha.
Quite the view from up here.
Indeed.
It is indeed, Monsieur Belser. Do you suppose they do much fishing around here?
I would think that's all they do.
As Brevin kind of leans over the staircase, or the side of the staircase, pointing down at the old city below. He tells you that many of the people there are quiet, reserved to themselves. There are those in the new city who aren't as kind to these folks for their religious beliefs. There's not squabbles or any issues per se, as we've kept them separated, but I do find that they are not as welcome to outsiders as those in the new city. It would be best to keep to your task. I will take you to the Temple of Blood of Vol first. And I'm going to flash forward you guys on the map just so you don't have to painfully navigate all the way through the next building here. Takes you down into the building through another long set of stairs until you reach outside of that building, which is just over here on this bridge.
Where is that?
Down here.
Let me give you a
Got it.
screenshot.
Okay, thank you.
There we go.
That just disoriented me more.
Super.
You're
Okay.
going down here. Don't know if that helped. But...
I got it. You can click on me or Velse or Solitude. We are in the right place. Velse.
What?
Lauren said that she could let us in from the other side. What is she doing?
Dulce looks around now, maybe now realizing that she hasn't been with us out now that we're back outside. I don't know.
Hmm.
I would guess that age does not always quell such flights of fancy, like going off on your own little adventure, I suppose. Must be an elf thing, I suppose.
It is all fun and games until the demon ambush occurs.
What?
What?
That escalated quickly.
Keep your eyes open is all I am saying. You never know what could be around the corner.
I always keep my eyes open, Solitude.
I wonder why you would jump to such a conclusion so quickly, Solitude.
I only close them while I'm sleeping.
Well, right. Of course.
Because I do not think we are getting out of here without a fight of some kind.
I disagree.
I do not know what to expect.
As you can see, it's not exactly suited for guests. But we'll make our way here, Brevin says as he begins to navigate down the rocks and then back up them.
They'll say, Solitude, you should be cautious.
Why? What have we to fear?
I remember I asked you if you felt
It is.
compelled to defend your mark.
Yes?
Right. You don't. The rock does.
Message to you again.
Are you expecting to fight Rocktaran then?
I
Tears.
don't know.
He's
I would-
really here.
Who knows? As they say in Faerun.
Well, as the one who has most recently fought him, I can vouch. I'm not that worried about it. Lay pant. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, that's funny.
I do believe he has
Wow.
gained some skills since you two fought.
Not afraid. Damn. Poor Rock. He just got thrown on the bus.
Did.
Right?
Hardcore.
It's like, yeah, nah, I don't give a fuck.
I think if we need to, we can overwhelm him without harming him.
That is the idea. Yeah.
Climb aboard,
Yes.
Sully. Gragas turns his back to you, looking for you to jump on his shoulders.
Hello, Gragus. So you will give me the lift? Oh, thank you, merci,
Well, I'm the
Gragus, so
perfect
much.
height. Come on, lass.
So why don't you roll
Oh,
up?
Gragus. Perhaps if we string something, we could rig a bit where I could drink from the air while I'm riding the shoulders.
I like the way you think, lady.
You need
I will make one for you too, then.
much.
Stop indulging her, Gragas.
Mind your own,
It'll only get worse.
he says, as a enamored man often will to a friend when trying to be coaxed out of his idiocy.
Oh, merci, Gragus. You can feel my legs or my thighs not shaking from the journey.
Oh my god. Belsa just walks ahead.
It's so funny though.
I'm
It's so funny.
Oh, I love it.
waiting to be
You
let
gotta
on.
love it.
I think we're all just waiting to be let on.
And Lyran's still not around us? Like, does Orochi see Lyran around us anywhere?
Where you are, no. If
I'm starting to get quite concerned for Miss Lyran. Her absence is startling.
She does this.
She is trying to be a special. Solitude announces out loud.
As she's
Well, being
stepping
carried
out.
by
That
Gragus.
indeed.
She seems to be scouting ahead to be helpful. I'm sure she's fine. She can handle herself.
Seems
what-
old habits never die.
Brevin
So-
continues to lead you down the rocks until there's actually a set of steps. And he turns around, making sure you're all still following. And at the steps, he begins to move to the side and let you all pass down the steps. The Temple of the Blood of All, he says. Of course, waiting for Belse to pass as he says this.
Belsa stops for a
This-
second and just kind of admires it. Just breathes deep and heads towards it.
that didn't pick up Adrian.
After you, Master Belse.
Thank you. Roxar, they might even be able to help you here.
Roxaran sighs, and he shakes his head a little bit sadly, and he just follows Belse in.
Let's see. Belse will make his way inside. Is anybody there?
As you walk inside, the cathedral-like building seems empty, but in the distance you can see what looks like a fluttering and flickering figure. And as he almost floats towards you, you can see that all around him, droplets of blood make up his very visage and appearance, seemingly shrouded in a cloak of blood.
Belse pulls out a dagger, slices both of his hands at the palm, and just begins to kind of wipe them together as if he was drying his hands, but he's covering them in the blood. And then he just kind of bows, almost like making a prayer motion, and he just says, "The power within."
You see his glowing eyes close for a moment, and what would make for nostrils on his face that almost look like just sullen slits seem to inhale air with a certain pleasure as you do this, taking in the experience, so to speak.
My name is Belsay.
You are welcome here, Belsay. You are most welcome. I sense you've been drawn to this place. Am I wrong?
As would any who recognize the divinity within.
Ah, but you come here with more purpose than that. Something tells me you come. Questions. Am I right?
Yes. What may I call you? Are you a seeker?
I am Orin. I am indeed.
Is that oh, sorry.
And you know of our ways?
Belsay puts out his hands. He steps. Sorry, excuse me. His hands still in the form of a prayer. He gets down to one knee and places both palms flat on the ground, and then lifts them back up. And he mutters under his breath. And the blood seems to bubble and steam. And he looks up and he says, "I follow them closely. Consider it an offering, an ablution, if you will. Payment for entrance."
Again, you see his eyes close, and he seems to breathe this all in through those rather disturbing-looking nostrils. What questions may I answer for you, Seeker?
I grow with worry. I seem to have acquired an ailment that my own divinity cannot withstand. Perhaps you might have answers, great seeker. And he pulls off his gauntlet and shows, and what was once just a black line that reached from knuckle to wrist seems to have split as if in like a T, and it started to form almost like a bracelet in a way around his wrist, as well as at the knuckles. It seems to be sort of doing the same thing, almost like two bands that are meeting around the other side.
Would you have let any of us come in with you?
Or
are you by yourself?
He's not blocking anybody from coming in, but he's not made his way. At least you could probably see him doing what he's doing, like if you're standing at front. But he was doing all that at the entranceway, basically, and he's now stepping inside.
You were supposed to tell us if it changed. And she'll just kind of mutter.
He'll turn and look at her briefly, to Tiras briefly. To be honest, I haven't taken the gauntlet off Shenesh since I shown you. I didn't realize it had done this.
That's fast.
Seeker, Orin. What aid may a divine being such as yourself grant me?
He almost glides towards you the way he moves. Slowly, but definitively. And he looks at the T-shaped mark on your arm. May I? He looks to you, asking for permission to touch your arm.
He just nods his head in acquiescence.
Begins to bend down, and this is not what you're expecting. And he licks the mark on your arm. And as he pulls away from it, he does the same thing he did as you entered the building. He seems to breathe in deep through his nostrils and close his eyes. And then his eyes open suddenly. Not like before, where he was calm, but he seems shocked. You are a bearer of the mark of death.
Oh. What? They'll say,
Get out of here. Get
step.
out of here.
Belsi takes a step back, and he drops his gauntlet to the ground. What? That-
You are a bearer of the mark of death, the 13th of the dragon marks.
That's not... That cannot be possible.
It is.
How?
Where is your bloodline from, my boy?
My mother's from the Lazar Principalities. She was a member of the Blood Sales. My father was from the Lazar Principalities as well.
And what of their race? He says, with a coldness.
My mother was an elf. Is an elf.
Tyrus
got-
like shifts uncomfortably.
And Belce turns to look at you and the rest. I would
As you turn, he grabs at your face if you do so, gently. And turns it back towards him, focusing you on him. And says, do you know her lineage well, my boy?
No. My grandparents were murdered when she was a girl.
I see.
That's how she met my father.
It is very likely that your mother hails from the lands of Erenol. Their forefathers may have even been bearers of this mark, as this is something that is passed down through the line. Your mother is elvenkind. It is most certainly from her side of the family. Do you know what this mark means?
His face has gone kind of white in shock. No. All I know is that the mark was destroyed many thousand years ago. That's all we knew.
The great Vol elves of old were great practitioners of necromancy. Even before becoming bearers of the mark of death, they practiced great, powerful magics and created tension among the other elves of Aradal. As you see here, even in Garneth, not all agree or share the same line of thinking. Around 2,600 years ago, the undying court of Arenal discovered that the line of Vol was engaging in secret blood rituals with dragons to produce half-dragons, bearing the mark of death. And the goal of the Vol seemed to be to create a half-dragon, bearing a mark so powerful it become an avatar of death. In an unprecedented alliance, the Undying Court and the dragons of Arganessen united to exterminate the line of all in a brief and brutal civil war. Every member of the line of all, including the half-dragon, Erendusfall, your relative, of course, and all bearers of the mark of death, were killed. You are the last of a age or a breed, my friend. The last of a breed.
What must I do?
Do
I now seek guidance.
you seek guidance now? The mark confuses you. Do you fear it?
No. I fear what others will see in it. You and I both know how Vol is seen as it is. A new mark?
Then make them see it for what it is, my boy. Make them see it for what it is.
Belce just breathes in really deep and just lets out a long sigh. Sort of straightens his back up, shoulders squared. Thank you, brother. I did not expect this. That does not change my mission, though. I set out to prove that Vol was good, and this only makes it more pertinent for me to do so.
You wish to know more about that mark?
Yes.
Well, seek out the Tower of 12 in Korth.
I will.
Korth is the capital and largest city of Cardiff.
Thank you. I will have to write to my parents. They should know. I would guess everyone else probably hears all this, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's
Damn
freaking
right
out.
I did. The mark of the death.
And it wouldn't be strange for you guys to be kind of standing, even at the threshold, not wanting to cross over, if that is like actually the case and what's going on. But I would say, yeah,
Blood ritual.
everybody is able to hear this.
Oh, This mission becomes more and more interesting by the day.
Indeed.
So just so to give you guys a brief idea, because I would think it's kind of somewhat common knowledge, the general view of the Blood of Vol to people is most of the time it's seen as an evil religion because it deals heavily with necromancy and undeath. But so most people view it as incredibly evil, and it's therefore heavily like scorned by most. I think that's, from my understanding, that's pretty common knowledge. That by itself is pretty common knowledge.
It's kind of honestly a two-way street. People hate the Blood of Vol. The Blood of Vol hates all other religions and people that don't support the Blood of Vol. They find them to be simply just fools, and
pretty much,
wasting their lives, wasting their time, spending their time worshiping the sovereign host. And they believe that those things are just simply lies. They also believe that mortality is kind of a curse, and that it's inflicted by uncaring gods who jealously hoard immortality and the potential of divinity.
Yeah, it's actually really, I highly recommend like reading into it. It's super interesting. Keith Baker has such really good detail with it. It's super cool. But anyway,
and I will oftentimes read directly from what he says because it is
check that out.
Pretty spot on.
What forgive me, John, for not knowing. Probably Solitude would know, and the rest of us. What does the Mark of Death do?
Nobody
Do
knows.
any of us
It's
know?
a dead mark.
Oh, we don't know. Oh, okay.
No, dude, it's been dead for like almost 3,000 years.
26.
Yeah, the elves literally exterminated. Rock would know this as a student of religions. The elves of Arenal exterminated the entire bloodline of the House of Vol 3,000 or so years ago ish. In order to stop this mark, 2,600 years ago.
Well,
So whatever it did was dangerous enough that the elves decided that it was not a good idea to have it around.
The elves and the dragons, which dragons don't do shit with people, so like that's a big deal.
I thought the dragons of Arganesson were working with the House of Vol in order to create a half dragon.
All the other dragons were like, nah, bro.
Yeah, the dragons of Arganesson were like, no. But they were working with dragons to do this for sure. Trying to create a half dragon who could bear the mark. Basically, if you guys aren't putting two and two together, it was elves breeding with dragons.
Cool. Half elf, is Belsi a half elf, half dragon?
I don't know.
You'll never
Are you
know.
like a half dragon born?
Like,
who knows? Oh wait, I mean, I know.
I mean,
as they say in Faerun, you never know.
Rock is gonna nag you later. You're a member of a dead religion, or was previously an attempted to exterminate a religion. We need things to know things.
He's never really hidden it. He's said like all the shit that he says, like divinity within and everything like that. Those are taglines for the Blood of Vol.
Mm-hmm.
He just, no one's really ever asked him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll say.
Interesting and good to know.
I wish to stay and talk more with the Seeker. I think this might be a bit important. Rock.
I'll say. I hate to say it, but we might need your help.
Right. Brother Orion, thank you.
You are most welcome, Belsi. And I wish you well on your travels. Go to Korth. Seek out your answers.
Thank you.
He says this kind of like encouragingly, almost like as if saying what the group is urging you towards can't be more important than this. You get that kind of inflection in his tone as he kind of looks at the others while he's saying this to you.
Belsay pulls
Emergence
out.
of the Mark of Death, Lord of Blades, Tools of Rock. I do not. We are pulled in many different directions, are we not?
Apparently,
I agree.
this is
All right, we must get Mr. Rock to the temple.
Mm-hmm.
right. Belsay pulls out a vial and slits his wrist really quickly, and proceeds to fill the vial with his blood, and then heals it and hands it to the Seeker as
That will
tribute.
never not shock me.
As tribute to the temple, and he'll also leave with him 10 gold.
He takes the tribute from you with both hands, and he takes your own hands within that grasp, and just thanks you, and parts ways, and turns and begins to dispense of your gifts.
And Belsay leaves.
I said I'd.
What?
Nothing.
Oh.
We have headphones on, so we can't hear each other outside of mic right now.
So, Tears will try to lag behind just a tiny bit with Belsay.
When you turn around, you see a sentinel standing there, kind of waiting for you. And in Liren's voice, well, are you ready to continue?
We have to talk. We must talk later.
Mm-hmm.
I see that, or heard that, rather.
And we keep on walking.
Brevin kind of points you guys in the direction of the temple, and oddly enough, doesn't lead you there. He tells you, the temple of Dolara lies ahead. You will be welcomed. And he begins to turn, and as he does so, he kind of forgets himself for a moment, and please feel free to seek me out at the tower. You make your way back. Otherwise, I bid you farewell, and it was good meeting you, champions.
And shame to you.
The pleasure was ours.
He bows to you and begins to walk back up the steps towards the tower. And Bluey and Gragas, Solitude, Lyra seem to be already making their way across towards the temple. You see the great, beautiful structure lies out almost like on a small island, and you could see that the water's shallow here. Presumably at one time the river hadn't risen this high and overtaken so much land, but as you make your way across, you notice that the doors to the temple are currently closed, but they stand open.
Well, Belsay, that's the last thing that I would have thought.
He kind
Do
of
you
like,
have any idea?
he takes like a shuddering long breath and just says, right. Somewhat, his voice just kind of shakes a little bit. I didn't, I still don't. I need to think. I didn't expect that. Right. Rocktaran's problem.
Right.
Shall we? Let's go.
Mhm.
As they approach the door to the temple itself, Rock will fall upon Belsay and kind of like pound a fist against his breastplate and say, "Please don't do this."
Belsay grabs his wrist. Rocktaran, are you so worried?
He has to defend it, I'll say.
He looks at you with abject fear in his eyes.
What are you hearing, Octar?
Laughter.
Do I believe him? Can I inside check this shit?
He's not trying to deceive you.
Absolutely.
Huh. Didn't matter anyway.
Maybe
Your
let
field?
us go ahead and talk to the cleric before you come along.
You
Is
all
that
go on
agreeable?
ahead. I can keep an eye on Rocktaran.
And she glances back and forth between the door and Rock.
Bluey and Gragus agree to stay with you as well, Belsay.
Alright.
Walking back to the group. It is all right, dearest. We will watch him. He says to you, puts a hand on your shoulder gently, and walks towards Belsay and Rock. And Bluey points out in the distance across the river and says, Rocktaran, look out in the distance there. You see across the river there is a great wall of mist where the Mournlands lie.
And he looks.
Do you see anything out there? Or does your voice speak to you in any way about the visage that lies ahead of you? Oh.
What's going on? Did I miss something?
Nope.
Yeah, we're fighting a dragon now, actually.
We should return. Rock says, looking out of the mist. There's more to see.
Lara will walk up to Belsay. Do you wish me to stay with you? You've heard a bit unsettling news.
Bluey will take this opportunity to walk away from Rock.
No, I think I'm okay.
I
I
didn't
guess-
ask if you needed. Do you want me to stay?
I would appreciate it.
Then I shall.
It's always good to have a sentinel guard around in the city, I've heard, says Bluey, smiling.
Indeed, Bluey, indeed. Thank you.
All right, Tyrese, it looks like it is you and me.
Let's not waste time.
Tears and Solitude begin to walk into the open doors
Ironic.
of the Temple of Dolora. And
Beautiful.
it seems rather empty.
Mm,
Look around.
maybe try it this way. Garden. And she kind of calls out, I'm seeking a cleric.
You begin to hear
The most
footsteps,
powerful one you have.
and it seems like they're very far off in the distance as they begin to echo through the various hallways of the building. But you can hear them approaching rather rapidly. And not long till
It is a garden magnifique.
your lord, try to find the mini Saruman.
Beautiful mushrooms. Liron is missing out.
Lyran likes mushrooms?
Oui, she was most fascinated by the mushrooms in the temple or the palace of Vermishard. Did you hear someone coming?
Fungus are an extremely important part of the ecosystem. They break down dead and rotting material, and you don't want to.
They also taste good on the salad.
Yes. Yes, they do. Hello?
Yes, you are seeking a cleric? You hear a voice.
Yes.
Look around. Do we see the voice? The source of the voice anywhere?
The voice is coming from this direction.
We are in the garden. Should we come to meet you?
You hear footsteps approaching the garden.
This must be the church that Liron goes to, because they try to be creepy and sneaky all the time.
There's a church for that.
Well, I suppose if so, that is the one that she is a member of.
That would just be her house. I don't.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Hello,
Oh.
Michelle.
Good day. You are seeking a cleric, no?
Yes, one of our party has become stricken with a kyber dragon mark, and we were hoping for an exorcist.
an exorcist? Well, I suppose it's not outside of my skill sets. Though I haven't ever performed an exorcism. And you come here seeking to exorcise a demon from yourself?
My friend.
Ah, your friend. Right, you said so. Well, is this your friend?
No, he waits outside because he does not want to come, because the demon does not want him to come.
Yeah. Could have
One
surprised
inside me, I
me.
am fine with.
Oh, nothing, nothing.
I said, the one inside of me, I am fine with keeping.
Nice.
But yes, he is experiencing a great bit of consternation in arriving at the temple. And the entity within the mark itself has made various threats as well. But I am sure that is usually the case when a demon is facing a holy power such as this temple.
Threats or divination, it is unclear.
So do you, should we bring him? Do you think that you can help him here?
You see the cleric begin to concentrate after you make a comment about having a demon within you, and his eyes suddenly shut a little bit, almost wincing, and then opens them again. And he takes a slight step backwards and says, "Yes, go and get him, but perhaps it's best you wait outside."
Certainly. But you can help him?
Him? Yes.
How so?
Can I insight check him, make sure he's legit?
Sure.
I don't trust his mini. His mini looks untrustworthy.
Dying.
He's got a sus
She's
sus
trying
mini.
to insight in her own way.
Sus mini. 15 to sus the mini.
She's doing too well. Also roll.
You get the sense that he's telling the truth.
Well, you cannot judge a mini by its cover. I shall go get him. I shall be back in a moment and wait outside.
Was it the holy hand grenade or the health potion that threw you off?
How do you
Smile, man. Creepy smile.
He's creepy.
plan to help?
If your friend has a demon in him, as you say, exercising him would be an option, yes, but I would need to look him over. I will do my best to help him. I can promise you only that.
Will you meet us outside instead of bringing him here? He would be more comfortable with that. And it might be safer.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he seems cursed to defend the demons, so resistance is expected.
He's been possessed by it. Are his actions still his own?
He has been acting unusual, but I am not sure
Please,
if
you must be specific. Unusual. How?
volatile, impatient.
I see.
Not. Then again,
Okay, I'll go out and grab the group. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
then again, that could be related to other things. I don't know. It's hard to say.
But has he taken any action that have not been his own, to your knowledge?
No.
Then what makes you think he's possessed by a demon?
Because he hears it, and it talks to him, and it talks to us.
I see. I do not think your friend is possessed. But I will look at him.
Elaborate. Elaborate.
Demons force those that they possess to do things of their bidding, their will. If he is so possessed, Why would a creature such as this wait to command him?
Good question. And she'll pull out. She has the notes from the identify results on his tattoo,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll pull that out and she'll show that to him.
He looks them
This
over
is what I was able
briefly,
to do.
and his eyes, fall from paper, and without picking his head up, his head still tilted down, he looks up at you, and he hands you back the notes. And he
What is
says,
Kyber touched?
Kaiba touched. Those unfortunate enough to come in contact with the dried blood of the dragon Kyber.
How is that even possible?
I was looking to ask you the same question as he hands you back your notes. And
You seem to have something else to say. I apologize, I interrupted.
well, he seems to merely regard you as a studious colleague at this point. And he asks you to walk alongside him as he begins to walk out of the gardens and back into the temple to lead you guys outside. And as you approach the front door,
Okay, everybody. They are ready to see him. They say that they can look at him. In fact, it looks like they are going to meet you out the side, which is it to start off, which is good. So, Mr. Rock, I know it is uncomfortable, but if you could come with us, we will get this looked at and see if it is something to be of concern or not.
the cleric stands upon the platform in front of the building, looking outwards across the small bridge towards the group.
My friend is the one with the tattoos.
I see. Very well. Shall we to him then? He
What time?
approaches the. I'll say as if you're standing kind of how you are, all of you seemingly like in front of Rock. He is like kind of calmly like weaves through each of you, nodding at each of you, and as he makes it to Rock. Hello. Your friend tells me you are afflicted with some kind of demon. Can you tell me some of this? What are you experiencing? What is that on your arm? He begins to look your arm over with great scrutiny and interest.
Not
believing
could I have him roll me a perception check?
Absolutely.
When the player asks the DM for a perception check,
I got you covered.
I just want to see something.
Oh.
DM nailed it.
Mm-mm.
Think about that, Rock, huh?
I think I just got a DM about it. Sorry, hold on 1 second there.
try and keep Discord open on 2 computers at once, so I'm not showing our private messages in the stream,
Makes sense.
Clever.
because I know that you guys all watch them. And all right, okay. Give me just a moment here, folks.
No worries.
So inside the temple, there were mushrooms, Liron. Large mushrooms. We...
Yes, I saw.
Oh, you've
Oh,
been there
wait,
too?
no,
Okay.
the temple. Sorry, I was thinking the Temple of Vol. There were not any
No.
there.
So there are more and larger ones in the Temple of Dulora.
Oh, okay.
Makes me think of perhaps a game. Maybe the mushrooms come to life and chase after a man and his brother.
That sounds
Or
like
cousin?
something-
Is it cousin?
That sounds very much like something that happened in mechanics, actually.
The cleric's knees waver, and he almost collapses to the ground for a moment. If any of you are standing nearby,
Dive to try to like support him up,
yeah,
I guess.
Go ahead and roll athletics. Anybody nearby? Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Okay.
Nope.
That's pretty
Well,
sweet.
Bell say here.
He's kind of
Glad we have you.
He started to fall.
Like weak in the knees, kind of collapse out of fear or something like that.
Yeah, he almost looks like he just passed out. He begins to kind of regain his senses a little bit. And then he wipes his sweaty brow and says, there's nothing I can do for that. There's nothing anyone can do for that.
That cannot be true.
If
What
there
happened?
I
is,
agree. We were told
it is not
this was the
something.
place to come to.
It is not something I can heal. This is not a wound or a demon. Your friend bears a mark.
Yes, we can see it.
A very specific mark indeed. Wait here.
Yes.
He leaves for maybe 15 minutes, leaving you in absolute utter suspense as he literally just walks across the bridge after almost fainting into the temple and comes out with a text. Dusty old text
We'd
tome.
better have some good information
dear.
because we didn't come all the way here for him to pass out like that.
And he opens a tome and he shows you a dragon mark of the Mark of Shadow. And he points to it and then points to the center of Rock's tattoo, or Rock's mark that you see on his arm. It's a great, massive tattoo looking thing that's spread all over his arm. And you see this exact image that I'm about to post in the chat.
And that's in the center of the Mark of Shadow in the book.
No, it is in the center of Rock's tattoo, and he's showing you this, which is the exact same thing you see in the book.
Is it a norm? So it is a mark of shadow.
It is indeed. Shadows.
Is it different
I
from the normal
do
one?
not understand if there's information on this. This seems... What you're showing me seems mundane.
Right. I know. I'm familiar with the mark of shadows.
Except it is something that Rock has coveted all of his life.
A mark does not imply insanity or...
What are you trying to tell us, Cleric?
One with the Mark of Shadows must tell you himself. He looks to Rock, suspiciously now. Why have you come here? To be healed.
Because
know
we
better.
dragged it along.
Oh, he's talking directly to Rock at this point.
And Dearest interrupted.
Oh, I know, but I'm just
They-
trying to be clear that he's not
They-
talking to you. He's talking to Rock.
They made me.
And
There
you
were
all-
warnings.
You brought him here for what reason? For me to heal him of this mark? Do you know of a way to heal a dragon mark? He looks at you, Tyrus, knowing that you're studied and knowing that you're extremely intelligent based on your notes. You expect me to be able to heal such things as this? How could you ask such things of me?
Do not go getting mad at her. It was primarily my idea. I asked a great and wise sage who told
How
us
could
that we
you
should
ask
come
this
here.
of me then? And he
Well, my
seems
dear
visibly
sir,
mad at you.
it is because we were not so we've not even seen the mark. It was the black shadow starting at his finger and crawling its way up its arm and spreading tendrils up to his shoulder that we were concerned about. That is what we sought assistance for.
Because dragon marks do not speak to you. This isn't ordinary.
Exactement. Merci, Tyrus. So does Dolora have no power over such things?
Rock
Creatures
looks
that
confused.
What are you thinking? Or hearing?
Rock shakes his head and says nothing.
so, Michel Cleric, while a dragon mark itself may not be able to be removed, is there seems to be a dark nefarious nature to Michel Rock and the arm where the mark is located? Is there nothing that you can do about that?
I have no way to
Price.
cure him of his mark. I do not know why you seek me out for these things. Who has sent you here?
Do you know of a reason why he would hear voices from this mark?
From a mark of shadows? No, but that looks like no mark of shadows I've ever seen. It's
Clearly.
quite expansive. Larger
Then
than
why did you
most
just
Cerberus
call it
marks.
a mark of shadows?
Because
if
it is
it's not
clearly a mark of shadows. What are you
But you
people
just said it
demanding
does
of
not look
me?
like a mark of shadow.
I do not know what you want from me. It is a mark of shadow. It has the
But
mark of shadow
there
right here.
someone-
He points at the book. He points at the middle of the mark. He's
Then
trying
why
to
did you
say-
just say that it looks
Dearest
like no
literally
mark of
has
shadow?
her like hands on her forehead.
I said it doesn't
There's
look
someone
like
else
any
at the
mark of
temple we
shadow I've
could,
ever
talk
seen
to.
before. Oh, for the love of God. Yes, certainly.
Do you know of any, I don't know, religious entities that. Never mind.
We thought you could help with the voices.
Well, they said that they are here before the beginning of time.
They
that their
are
name
gods.
is great, but
We but mortal fleas. Unraveling schemes
it.
of fate and all of that.
that they would watch our destruction from afar were we to.
And it constantly tells our friend here that we cannot be trusted.
So perhaps it's not the mark that we were asking to be worked with, but whatever the mark seems to have activated, the voices or whatever, the urges.
Your notes, they reference a Kyber-touched individual.
Yes,
Is this the individual you speak of?
clearly.
Must I say any more? He's touched a Kyber shard. Dark magic has infested him. These are things that are widely unknown. I do not know why you seek the Temple of Dol-Ra for your answers, but I can only tell you, this is not something that will be simply cured. You may not cast a simple spell to remove this.
Yes, we have discovered that,
Kai-
otherwise we would not have come all this way.
Perhaps you should seek answers with someone more knowledgeable than me then.
Who do you suggest?
I have no suggestions for you.
I'm getting out my book of shadows and saying, Monsieur Draylen, we are getting the runaround here at the Temple of Dol-Ra
Truth.
regarding this Kyber mark. He is saying that they cannot do anything about it.
It is most
Do you have any
unfortunate.
suggestions?
I am deeply sorry for this solitude. If they can do nothing for him there, I am not sure where to send you. It is the most holy of places. Certainly, someone possessed by a demon would be able to be cleansed of such there.
They
Uh,
are saying it is not a possession. They are saying that it is a rare, never seen before mark of shadow.
Is it a mark of shadow, or is it a manifestation of some kind? You told me it was spreading.
I will ask. ... All right. Oh, excuse me. Well, could it be a manifestation of something, perhaps? Does that assist you in any way, Monsieur?
He looks to you, exhausted exhausted for answers, unfortunately.
All right.
Alright.
what did he say his name was? I
It's never asked.
It was never asked.
I'm sorry. What was your name?
Billiam.
Billiam? Is that what he said?
Yes.
Do you have any capabilities of sensing those of fiend or undead origins? I know many of the cloth can.
Why, yes.
Would you channel that now and take a look at his armor, see if you get anything?
Let's see here.
I just know that Belsay detected fiend from it, so
Right.
And I told you guys everything. We did it off screen, but everything that he said to me in my zone of truth, I told you guys because I took like no notes during it because I was trying to listen. So
That's fine.
you guys know everything that was told to Solitude. Those that were there.
It'll be on the recap.
Yeah, I would say that he, much like Belsay, senses a fiendish presence.
Okay. Do you sense anything, sir?
A fiendish presence.
Why would that be?
Cannot rightly say. Perhaps a condition of being Kaiba touched.
And if there is a fiendish presence, are you not able to exercise that presence?
One of this kind? I don't think so.
For if he's dragon marked, then more power to him. That is certainly can sometimes be a blessing.
You seemed familiar enough with the concept of Kyber touched. It's a new idea to me. Do you have any texts on such things that I might view, borrow, purchase?
If I did, would I not be more knowledgeable on the subject?
You are more knowledgeable than I was.
Well, I've traveled far and wide.
You did your best.
Thank you for your time, I suppose.
Oui.
I fear I've wasted yours.
At least the trip out here was not a
It is all right. I am sorry that I got short with you, monsieur.
You are troubled by more ailments than I can imagine, he says, looking at Rock. Your apology is neither warranted nor accepted, as you owe me none.
Thank you.
Thank you for your efforts. I suppose we should leave you to it then. We have business to be about ourselves. Do we not?
Rock looks down at the ground and sighs.
Yes.
Onward.
I think they'll say that there's a specific task that you need to spend some time on while we are here. What time of day is it, DM? Now that we've made it all the way here.
It's probably about 1
Mhm,
o'clock, 2
question.
o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, good. We have time before nightfall.
Yes. In several
Yes.
hours, they'll say you have quite a bit of time to investigate what you need. Is there anything we can do to help you?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly do not know. I don't think this mark is fully formed yet.
It does seem to be growing. And it seems to be affecting your other.
Yes. Tyrus. I'm not sure what we can do for this, but if anyone has need of any better equipment, we are in a seemingly decent place for it, with much variety. Perhaps we can go about our business and reconvene if we are at a bit of an impasse on Rocktaran's issues.
I think it is what it is with Monsieur Rock.
Absolutely not.
Merci for your time, and I'll try to give Billiam 5 gold, a donation to the cause of Dolera.
No cleric or religious figurehead ever turned away a donation.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Under my breath, as he takes it and kind of, I walk back like, you guys need it. Your church is not very powerful.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Belsa chuckles at that one.
Says the.
Uh,
What level are you again? Says that guy talking to a level 2 cleric or so.
Oh Lord.
Woof.
just not his
Woof.
lord, that's for sure.
How you feeling
Damn.
about that Book of Shadows now over there, Solitude?
Yeah. Hey, Draylin, you know, he's not infallible.
Well, he's crazy, a crazy old experimenting scientist guy.
Yeah.
I agree
Quite
that
fallible.
if there's any shopping or purchasing, selling, etc., that you would like to do,
Yeah,
this is a good place to.
it does seem to be. I have a few things on my mind, actually. Rock, do you feel like thinking about something else for a while?
Hmm?
You feel like thinking about something else for a while?
I would love to dearly.
Maybe you can help me find something with some teleportation magic that I can disassemble.
That sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Away from here.
Can those of us
All
who
right,
want to go
back to
shopping
the
just
market.
teleport over to the market?
Yeah, you know what? Matter of fact, I think this is probably a good stopping point. I'm like running on fumes here, to be honest with you guys.
Fair
And
enough.
And this is also a
Alright,
place
alright.
that we can RP for like shopping and such.
Yeah, I
Seems to
actually
me.
Yes,
I think
sir.
that'll fit really well into RP chat. So let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that, and we'll call this a night. I just want to say I'm sorry you guys didn't get the answers you were looking for. I know you guys were seeking answers there, and I wasn't trying to deny you of them.
Okay.
No,
They're
Oh,
No,
that's
Oh, no, no.
that
That's
is
the way the
I
that's
think
game
it's
the
goes.
way
one
That's
way
the way
it
it
better for the
goes,
goes.
story.
man.
Yeah, that's one
It's
way
not
better for the
supposed to
story.
be easy.
Because I like it because Rock is like, yo, I've been telling you this whole time, you can't do anything about it. And it's just funny, like he's like, I told you, I just tried to tell you.
Like going to the wrong zone in Final Fantasy.
I tried to tell you
and
guys.
then you got to run all the way over to the other zone.
Not a waste of time by
Yeah.
any means, because we did get some stuff for Bill's Day.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yes,
That came out
yes.
then.
Yeah.
Well, I made
Yeah.
sure there would still
Unintended
be
consequences.
a point here for
One
more than 1 or 2 people.
1 out of 2, not bad.
Yep.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. You're right.
So-
You're right. Not bad.
Michelle Draylin has 2 strikes as well now.
Uh-oh.
What was the first?
The glowing chasm was iffy
Yeah,
info.
he was wrong about that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was
Yep.
wrong about that.
And,
Uh-huh.
and now iffy info on the mark.
I see a trend here.
Draylin probably doesn't know enough. He's a backwoods scientist hermit. I don't think he can be expected to know everything about everything in this world.
Draylin's biggest fault is he's eager. Eager to help. And we'll
Especially help Solitude.
we'll perhaps volunteer the first thought that pops into his head.
It probably doesn't help
Fair.
that the description given to him, from what I remember, was Rock has a weird tattoo. What's that about?
Yeah, what are we doing about that?
It tells him to kill people. What's that about? I know it was more in depth than that.
It was. I recall it being slightly more in
True,
depth than
that's
that.
true.
but-
Well, if there was one place that could do something, it probably would be this temple. So,
Probably.
I think it was
It's,
worth a try.
It seemed, it seemed viable. I don't fault you guys for traveling here and doing this.
Yep. It's an educated guess.
And I'm sorry for making you put up with the cleric who didn't know anything.
No, I love it.
No. It was great. It was wonderful.
That guy was great. Great
Mm.
That's
character.
hilarious. You're sitting there just yelling at
Can't be
everybody
too
like,
easy. If it's too
Guys,
easy, it's not fun.
guys, this
Yeah.
is not a thing that you could do. No, you're not understanding.
I was trying to.
We
I-
obviously
I-
weren't.
I was basically just
We were-
vibing off you, Rock, from when you were trying to usher to the party. No, we can't go here. Don't do this. This is not the way. I'm being told no.
This is not the way.
Basically, the only thing this guy's telling me is don't go there.
Like, this is not a good idea. Don't go here.
Well, it seems that for now we've routed the temple at least to try and find somewhere else to help Rock with this ailment.
It was a very pretty temple.
It
was.
was.
I mean, it was beautiful inside. Like, you guys should have seen the. Oh, yeah, hopefully you did see the interior, hopefully on Twitch or whatever. But wow.
Oh, I scrolled over to it and looked inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, on the plus side, we're near Korth, if that's a place we want to go to. We're also near the place that Orochi wanted to do his thing.
We should go back to the place where we were looking for Solitude's thing. Isn't Solitude still looking for that book?
Yeah, at Metrol.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and the other forge or forges.
Yes, you guys
Yeah,
were.
I keep forgetting whether it's called the Great Forge or the Old Forge,
It
but the
is-
one that's in Southeast Metro.
That is the Great Forge of House.
Great Forge, okay. Decana.
Decaneth, correct.
Yep.
Almost said Deneth.
And those spots are right near each other.
They are. Yes, they are.
Okay. Well, that could be interesting.
And we got some fresh air because we were flying around that death mist.
It's certainly good
Yeah,
to be
that
out
was
in the
nice.
Mournlands, and perhaps this is why there's more spring in Rockstep.
Possibly. You never know.
Oh no,
Never
Steve.
know. Hey, it's not over yet. Things can
You
still
do,
happen.
you do never know, man.
Okay, go get some rest, Gannicus.
Yeah, seriously, man.
Get some rest.
Feel
Alright,
better.
Yeah, thanks all. You guys